All right, you're back with Rockin' with G-Rock's Demo Radio on KTSTFM.com, and that was Sean Roberts. So that was your second release.
Yeah.
Boy Inside the Man.
Title track.
Title track. Very cool. Okay. So we're going to go to the first album.
Yeah.
Stories Told and Untold. And can you give us a little background about that, or?
This is actually that album came out in 2002, so it's been about 12 years that album's been out.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got signed to a small independent label called Gemini Records back in 2001, and the following year I was able to put out this album, and they've been very, very kind with me overall and through the years. I'm still signed with them.
Really?
And I brought a couple of different projects to the label, a couple that I was a part of, including Syria South. So the first project I brought to him was a comedy band that I was in called Bob Knows Best.
Benny plays it all the time. Benny loves it. Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah,
Benny will be following us.
Yeah, so I mean, with Bob Knows Best, I was with the band for about four and a half years or so, and then we parted ways. But we did 3 albums together.
No, that's like those parodies. And
comedy. It was a comedy band, and basically, it was funny because I met one of the vocalists, Graham Beckdahl, when I worked at Disney, and we had worked together for a while, and I knew he was a singer, and he told me that he was in another band and everything. I'm like, oh, cool, I'd love to come check him out. And every so often we would, meet in passing, backstage or something. And I always ask him how the band's doing, how's the band doing? He goes, oh, we just lost our guitar player. And I said, well, if you need help, let me know. And he was kind of like, well, I don't know if it's your thing or whatever. I'm like, well, what kind of music you doing? He kind of told me, and I went, well, let me just come down and check it out. And saw the potential, basically, with the band overall. And yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I saw the potential for them. And it was basically, kind of like a Weird Al thing. They had their own originals, which I thought were really cool. A little bit more adult-oriented. Than Weird Al.
Can't play on this show.
And but I saw it, and we went out and we did the first album, which was Get Your Hair Did, and we did very, very well with that overall. And then did the second one, which is Ancient Chinese Food Fight, and then
Benny really likes that.
We did the last album was basically was a compilation album of live shows, which is called Let's Get Ready to Stumble. And still friends with a couple of guys, Graham and Scott Carey, which were the lead vocalists of the group. But unfortunately, the group is no longer together anymore.
Right.
So, but still, I mean, the albums are out there. They can go on my website. So, because I've got a new website now, by the way.
Okay.
So, which is simply SeanRoberts.net.
Very cool.
So it's got all the albums up there, everything from my solo stuff to Serious Sound to Bob Knows Best. It's also got videos up there, everything from live performances, the videos for Affection and Love Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and a couple of videos from here too. When I've been here playing for you and everything.
Right.
So
yeah.
In fact, I got one of the videos with me and Robert Dean in here.
Right, Robert Dean. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Teaches you how to play guitar and DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Dean. Okay, so Stories Told and Untold, that was your first.
It was the first album, and what it was basically...
You do everything. You produce it, write it, you did everything.
Well, with that one, I wasn't too sure of what to do, so I took some songs that I had written with, when I was with some other bands previously, and then I mixed it in with some brand new material. So, which is why I called it Stories Told and Untold, because some songs have been told, some haven't. So I think the song you're going to be playing right now is called "Sing Me to Sleep."
Okay.
And I think it's cut 5, I believe.
Yep.
And that one I co-wrote with a very good friend of mine. Matter of fact, he came down to Mavericks on Friday, which is Brett Hutchinson, and he's been in a couple of cover bands himself and everything. But we're old college buddies basically, and we actually found each other back on Facebook, which is kind of cool. And he's actually drummed for me a few times for my solo stuff.
Cool.
So Brett and I actually wrote this song together.
All right, let's check it out right now.
Sing Me to Sleep.
You are rocking with G-Rock, and this is the Demo Radio.